Good morning, guys. How are y'all? I'm waiting on some of y'all to get on. And I have notes, which is a really big deal because I never have notes. I'm headed to go get a pedicure with a friend. So I decided I'd come out to my car real quick and do this before I do that. So good morning. Whenever you get on, I want you to just drop me a number. And I want that number to be how many customers y'all have ever enrolled. I see you guys. Good morning. Sorry I'm not real put together for y'all. That's why we're going to keep my glasses on, okay? Hey, Tammy. First person I see. Hey, Brittany. Okay, so just tell me really quick how many customers you have ever enrolled. And this live is going to be something that a lot of you, especially leaders, good morning. A lot of y'all, you've already heard, okay? But this group has 2,000 people in it, and I can guarantee you a lot of you aren't doing this. And for me, it's such a big part of my business, and it's something that I felt like whenever I was trying to figure out what I would talk to y'all about, it's something that I truly believe in, and it's simple. And simplicity is such a key in this business because it can duplicate down, okay? So just really quick, I see a lot of the leaders on right now, so they're going to be like, heard this before. Make sure and invite your girls to this if they're in this group, and I want every single one of y'all as you get on to drop me the number of customers that you've ever enrolled, okay? Because we're going to talk about, again, a lot of you leaders have probably heard this. We're going to talk about why you enroll your customers. We were talking about it in our Black chat yesterday, and just how so many people don't grasp. And listen, there are Black statuses on our team, and there's one that's going for Black status that I specifically remember talking to about this as well. It's something some people just don't, it doesn't always click right away. So a lot of people, you're getting sales, you're, maybe selling 500, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000, maybe 3,000, and you don't want to let go of those sales. You're like, those are my customers, my sales are crucial. And the thing is, sales are crucial because if you don't have sales, then you can't even do this. But all of you here have at least $500 in PRS last month. So I want you to think about those customers. I'm going to give you some numbers, and then we're going to talk about some of the how, okay? My own business, it is what it is mainly because of customers enrolling. Let me just tell y'all really quick. I've enrolled around a little over 200 people, and only about 60 of those people, or the people that they enrolled, like there's a leg left, is still here. So that's another thing. It's not like I enrolled the masses and I got here because everyone stuck around. That is not why. It's just that I enroll all my customers, plus anyone else that comes to me in attraction marketing, and then whoever sticks. And I work with the workers. But I want to tell you some of these stats. Dang, Tracy! Okay, so I'm seeing numbers roll in. So again, as you get on, tell me how many customers you've enrolled. All right. So I have about 20, and when I say legs, I just mean someone enrolled and their people, okay? I have about 20 legs that have about $2,000 in volume a month, okay? So about 20 of those, $2,000 or up, okay? I want to just tell you that most of my customers, and y'all think about this too, think about your best customer. How much do they spend a year? Mine, I would say like my best ones, my really good customers, maybe spend $1,000 a year. I mean, that's, I think, about right. What do y'all think? So think of your best customer and about what they spend a year. So let's say $1,000. Most of y'all are making between 20 to 25% off of those sales, right? So in a year, if a customer spent $1,000, you've made $250 that year off that customer, right? Okay. So $250 off that customer if they spend $1,000. Okay. So really think about that. I really think mine's about 1,000. I was trying to think of my and that's my best customers. Now hold on. Now we're going to go into some of the math on my legs. And this is really, I want y'all to understand how you get and make tons of money and have a lot of success with this business. My customers. So 20 legs, I have 20 legs with $2,000 in volume or more. Okay. Producing a month. Basically, they're hitting pink status or higher a month. 20 separate legs on my front line. 15 of 20, y'all. 15 of 20 were customers. 15 out of 20. Do y'all realize I would be 15 less legs than I have if I didn't enroll my customers? Now hold on, I'm not done. I'm about to blow your mind, okay? So let's just do some math real quick, okay? Any of y'all like geeky math people. So $2,000 in company volume. Just the 2000s. The ones hitting pink consistently every morning, or not every morning. So Tammy said good morning. Clearly I'm not awake. So just the ones hitting $2,000 in company volume every month. That's $120 I make a month minimum off just one of those people. One of those legs. 120 a month. That's about almost 1,500 a year. Okay? You know. Now hold on, we're going to keep going. What about the blue statuses? Basically, you're going to double that. That's the people, a lot of those legs, I would say probably 5 or 6 or more, 4,000 in company volume a month they produce. They were customers. 4,000 in company volume. That's $240 a month to my paycheck, to your paycheck, $2,800 a year. Okay? So I have notes. Y'all know I couldn't remember all that, right? Okay, so some of my bigger legs. 3 of those 20 are actually big purple statuses. I'm not even counting on my greens and oranges, but we're going to skip to purple. Purple status meaning they produce $40,000 in volume a month or more. Some of them are bigger than that. $40,000 or more a month. Y'all, that is $1,600 to your paycheck, a month off of each one of those. That's a rough estimate depending on where they fall in your generations. So that's $20,000 a year just right there off of one of them. 60,000, what is that? Yeah, 60,000 a year. Are y'all getting this? Like, this is why I want you to make sure, especially those of you that are leaders. I see a bunch of the leaders on here. I want you to get your girls to watch this because it's so hard sometimes to see. Why would I lose sales? Why would I lose those sales? They're gone. They're a presenter. It's gone. It's not gone. This is how you build massive, massive volume. And this is something that you can teach your teams to do. And I'm not done. I'm going to mind blow you all one more time. This is something your teams can do. This is something that I teach all my new girls to do. Okay? When someone's new and they start selling, I tell them, you want to follow up, and I'll tell you about that, and get these customers to join you. And if they're ever a little hesitant, I actually have a whole nother video kind of on this. I say, watch this and tell me what you think. Because it's really, whenever you want to make that residual income, that's what you want to do. And customers make the best presenters. They love the product, they trust you, and they already kind of know the process. You know, they know we post on Facebook. They know if you met them in a party, we do parties. They're already kind of in the loop. Make sense? Okay, so really quick, one more, and then we're going to go into some more of the how. This is really where I get like almost hyperventilate when I think about what if I had not asked every single customer, and I still to this day enroll customers constantly. But how many? Hold on. I have two separate black status legs, meaning they're black status, and these aren't just little black status legs. These black statuses, each one have 4 under them. Okay. So 4 under them plus themselves. So they're really massive black status legs, and really 2 of my biggest legs, okay? They were both customers. Yep, they were customers. $10,000 to $12,000 comes to my paycheck off of each of them a month. Y'all, that is 6 figures a year off of one of them alone. What if I had not asked them? What if I had been just rather had Paige Gum? What if I just rather her stay a customer? Do you understand what you're missing? Like, it just blows my mind. And when I've actually never gone as far as to look at my black statuses and their legs, but I was like, man, I would be missing out so much. And again, this is something that I'm passionate about because every single person on your team can do this. Sometimes whenever you're trying to get your girls going, or you have a new girl and she's hit yellow and you wish that she would go to pink status and rise up, it's hard sometimes to go to them and say, hey, I want you to do a 100 no's challenge and book 500 parties. And like, a lot of things can be overwhelming in this business until someone's kind of got results, and then you can give them more information. But this isn't. This is something whenever people are new with me, or the second they really start getting sales, it's something I cover. It's simple. It's easy. And I'm going to tell y'all how simple and easy it is. Okay, so whenever I teach the follow-up process and how I do the follow-up process is just literally a product goes to a customer. I see Shiloh on. Shiloh was one of my amazing customers. And she sells like $1,000 a month. Imagine. And she's already started, I think she's enrolled 2 people. But so I think y'all get that part. So the follow-up process and how it's so easy. Product goes to customer, okay? And then customer gets product. And then I always make sure I message and this is something that you just have to remember to do. I message most of my customers within a 7 to 10 day window. And when I message them, I just say, hey, did you get your stuff? Okay, I don't combine this. It's a 2-part. You want them to talk back with you. So I say, hey, did you get your stuff? You know, did you get your goods? Whatever. One little sentence. And then they always respond back, usually, 99% of the time. And they say, you know, yes, I did. I love it. Or if they don't say I love it, I say, what'd you think? You know, and it's 99% of the time, I love it. You know, every once in a while I get someone that's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, well, do you want to exchange it? And I keep that really good rapport with them. But either way, most of the time they say they love it. The next words that come out of my mouth, typed, is I say, girl, you should be doing this with me. You would kill it. Or, you know everyone. Or, you're, you know, whatever compliment, a sincere compliment. And I don't do 5 sentences of compliments and like, blah. Just, I say, girl, or if you don't say girl, don't say girl. I say, you should be doing this with me. You know, you would be amazing. That's all I say. That's one little sentence. And then I'll wait for them to respond. And 9 times out of 10, they say, no, I'm just so busy. Or no, I couldn't do what you do because I'm not good at sales. They almost always say no, but they almost always eventually come around. Shiloh's one of them. She said no to me. Okay, but she came around, and it takes time to come around. I said no as well to my sponsor. She asked me and I said no. People's initial reaction is no. And when you can accept the fact that everyone's going to tell you no and be okay with it, you'll continue doing it. And I promise you, with posting on your wall and really good attraction marketing and things that aren't spammy and being you and making it look fun and simple, people will say, you know, I could be doing that. They think about it. And there's another process called Feel, Felt, Found, which I know y'all are so sick of hearing me talk about, but it was one of the first videos I ever watched when I joined. And that's when I was like, oh, this is what I got to do to people. And it's just, when someone tells me no, I don't argue. The worst thing you can do is, and sometimes it doesn't, you're not actually arguing, but it can come across in their head because they're going to read it how they want to read it. It can come across as arguing. So if they say, no, I'm just so busy right now. Feel, felt, found. Feel, you always say you understand. I never say anything else except I understand first. So they're going to say, no, I'm just so busy. I'm going to say, I understand. I felt the same way when I started. I was working full time and I had a 2-year-old. Okay, that's felt the same way. Okay, or you can relate it to someone else if you didn't actually feel the same way. Don't lie. I felt the same way. Oh, hold on. My mom's texting me. Sorry. She's making sure I see the bicyclists on our country roads so I don't hit them. Now I'm thrown off. Felt. Okay, sorry. And then found. So you would say, I understand. I felt the same way. I was working full time when I started. I had a 2-year-old. Completely get it. If it wasn't for it being on Facebook, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And that's the found. The overcoming the objection without arguing. Because you gotta think, if they say no, you could be like, well, it's all on Facebook. What do you mean you're too busy? I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. I mean, you could say that, but it sounds a lot different, right? Than saying, girl, I understand. You know, I felt the same way. I was working full time. I had a 2-year-old. Whew, you know, if it wasn't on Facebook, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And I always end with, it's not a big deal. If you change your mind, I'm here. If not, I'm your makeup girl. Okay? I play it cool. I'm not begging anyone to join my team. Okay? I don't ever want to be groveling and begging someone to join my team. So that's the Feel, Felt, Found method. And it's easy and it's simple and it's something I can tell new people about. And most of my people I enroll, once they watch a video, they're like, oh, that's totally what you did to me. And I'm like, yes, it is what I did. But it's something that works and it's something that everyone can do. If someone on your team has sales, they can do this. They can do follow-ups. It is something we as a team can all do. And it should not get swept under the rug. It should be right there in your face. And it's something that all of us can do. So, yes, exactly right, Catherine. Agree with their objection. You're not here to argue, because if you argue or you beg or you try to corner them, they're out. You ever gone somewhere and someone tries to sell you so hard, the buckle is a prime example. I don't even go to that store because when I walk in, immediately people are selling me things and I feel cornered. When I feel cornered, I will never do something. I don't care if I want something really bad secretly, I won't do it if I feel cornered. So our goal is not to corner them. It's to understand and relate and overcome their objection with Feel, Felt, Found. And if you need more on Feel, Felt, Found, it literally rolls out of me now. the buckle. Go to YouTube and type in Feel, Felt, Found Sarah Robbins. Sarah Robbins is actually in Rodan and Fields, but she was one of the first people, because when I joined, y'all, I didn't know what I was doing. My sponsor didn't know what she was doing. It was like the blind leading the blind. And I was just trying to find resources on how do I do this business, you know? And she was one of the people I found. And she has it's called the Objection Series for Sarah Robbins. And you type it into YouTube, and she literally has, I think it's like 5 or 7 videos that are a minute each of her literally overcoming objections with Feel, Felt, Found. And I was like, oh my gosh. And anyways, that's it. And another really just little tip, I have a few more little tips, 5 more minutes and I got to go, is remember too that whenever let's say someone is interested in the business, they do want to join. Don't word vomit all over them what you think they're going to want to know, or the compensation plan. When they come to you, say, well, what do you want to know? You know, there's so much. Tell me what your questions are and I'll answer them. Okay, that's one tip. The second tip is stop leading with the kit. If you got all kidnappers enrolled, I'm not saying anything against kidnappers. I got plenty of them too, and they make a ton of volume when you put them all together, and they're great and they're happy and they're doing their thing. But I don't lead with the kit ever. I lead with why it worked for me. So if someone's kind of wanting to know more about it and like, oh, I don't know if I should do it, I usually voice them one voicemail, not 10, and I say, look, the reason I'm gonna tell you why it worked for me. I was working full time when I started, and I had a 2-year-old. This was on Facebook, and it was something I could do to bring money home, and there's no fees, no stock, and no auto ship. I was literally not out anything. I had nothing to lose giving it a shot. That's why I did it and why it worked for me. So you lead with why it worked for you, okay? Then if they're still on the fence a little at the end, you can show them the kit and talk about the value to wrap it up. But whenever you go in with just going in, being a kidnapper, get in just to get the discount, guess what they're going to join for? Just that. They're never going to be a business builder. Many kidnappers do turn into business builders sometimes, but if you'll at least lead with why it worked for you as a business, then they're more likely in their head to start thinking how it could work for them as a business. Okay, then you wrap up with the kit value and all the stuff they get. You know what I mean? Does that make sense a little? So remember, how you start the conversation is kind of how they're going to say, okay. Because if you're like, oh my gosh, well, you should do this. I mean, the kit's worth like $350 and you get your own makeup discount. I mean, you can just buy from yourself and, you know, that's it. Well, guess what they're going to think in their head? Oh, okay, I'll just sign up for the makeup discount. That's what they're going to do. And it's not bad. Again, I have lots of kidnappers. I love them all. And I've had many convert to being more of a business builder. But if you'll kind of, when you're talking to them, just say 1 minute and under on a voice clip, or if you want to type it, why it worked for you. Just try not to beg, don't grovel, and don't word vomit. And when they have questions, don't go and give them the full compensation plan, Derek and Melanie's DNA, and all of that stuff. Just instead say, well, what are your questions so I can answer them? You know, and I'll tell you why it worked for me. And that's it. You know, and then let it be like a two-way street. But anyways, that is it. So make sure that your team watches this. If they're in here, y'all know they need to watch this, okay? Unless every single one of y'all are enrolling every one of your customers and them, they need to watch this. So yes, Tammy, that's right. Don't act desperate. People don't want to be around desperate people. You know, they don't want to join a business that people have to beg, you know, desperation for you to join. So anyways, I'm gonna get off of here, so this is short and sweet. I'll be posting a task here shortly too. I want y'all all to do it. There are 40 of y'all on here, and there are 2,000 in this group, so there better be 2,000 views on this soon. I think that's it, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.